Welcome to Table by Teresa. Are you ready to be a spy in Codenames? No, I don't want to be a spy. In Codenames, two teams of spies are working to find their own agents without contacting the other team's agents or the assassin. There are two ways to play. We'll start with the competitive version. Choose up teams as evenly as possible. They're female spies. Of course, there always have been. Each team chooses a spy master. They'll be giving clues to their operatives. Everyone else on their team. You couldn't have just said that. I could have, but it wouldn't have been as much fun. You deal 25 cards to the table in a 5x5 grid. These are the agent's code names. Someone's code name is Tooth. Yes, it is. The spy masters choose a spy card and put it in this handy stand. It can go in any of the 4 directions. The card shows the agents the blue team needs to find, the agents the red team needs to find, innocent bystanders who don't cause problems but they do end the team's turn, and the assassin. This is a game about death. Ugh. The team that contacts him loses the game. This is how the grid looks, and we're ready to play. Spy masters can give a one-word clue followed by the number of code names that clue relates to. Just one word. Yes, and it has to relate to the word. There are some rules for this, which we won't get into. The blue spy master decides to give the clue fishing 3. The blue operatives have to decide which 3 words the spy master means, one at a time. The spy master is thinking of pole, cast, and fly. The blue team agrees quickly on pole, and one team member touches the card. That's your team member. The blue spy master places a blue card on pole. The team can make 4 guesses, one more than the number the spy master gave. They debate a bit but agree on cast. They're correct again. Now they're divided. They think it could be fly, but they can't ask the spy master any questions. They argue for a bit, but decide on bear because bears eat fish. Even though the spy master wasn't thinking of bear, the answer is correct, so blue gets the card. The blue operatives could try again, but they decide to stop. If they choose a red card, red will get that point. The red spy master decides to go for 3-2 to avoid getting behind. She gives the clue money 3, thinking of these 3 cards. The red operatives easily guess check and bill. They're not sure of the 3rd word, so they guess king because a king has a lot of money. Unless they're corrupt and have gone bankrupt. King is an innocent bystander. The red operatives can't guess again. Play continues until one team has covered all the cards of its color or until a team meets the assassin. The team that finds the assassin loses. If you want to play again, and you probably will, choose a new spy master, remove the team and bystander cards, and grab a new spy card. Now flip the cards, and you're ready to play again. If you're playing with 2 players, you have to play cooperatively. All the players play against the board, and win or lose together. You can play cooperatively with any number of players. Cooperative play works much the same way. Consider our example from earlier. The blue spy master gives the clue fishing 3. The blue operative chooses pole, cast, and bear. Now the blue spy master chooses any one red card to cover. Play continues until the blue team has contacted all their agents, all the red cards are out, or the blue team chooses the assassin. There's a nifty point system to tell you how well you did, a la this guy. 3 is just like the others, then why bother? Except that there are 2 spy masters and only 1 operative, a double agent. This operative tries equally hard for both teams, and the spy masters play against each other. I doubt you'll convince me. Codenames is a different kind of deduction game, and it will vary greatly depending on the people you play it with. It's also a word game that even non-wordy types will like. Non-wordy isn't a word, but you knew what I meant. The game is well balanced. The first team has to find one more agent than the second. The more cards you get rid of, the easier it is to find the clues, but the harder it is to find relationships between the code names. There's a lot of opportunity for jokes and general silliness if you're up for it. It's also a cool puzzle. You'll replay the game a lot since there are tons of cards and every spy card can be played 4 different ways. It's very easy to learn. The game has a fun solution when someone is taking too much time. It includes a timer you can flip on any player, including yourself. Codenames is clever and it will make you feel clever. It's fast, so everybody gets a chance to give and receive clues. Like getting thrown over Niagara Falls. The game plays very differently with only a few players than it does with more. With a lot of people, it feels like a party game. The discussion leads to laughter, and a spy master can encourage this with funny clues. When you only have 2 people on a team, it's a more serious game. You'll have to have the right crowd for either style. That's true of every game. Yes, but it's even more so for Codenames. Sometimes you just won't be able to find relationships for the cards. It slows the game down when that happens. Because it's played in teams, Codenames feels like a party game, but it's not exactly. It's definitely not like Taboo or Charades. It's not even like Password. That's because the spy master isn't allowed to use any nonverbal cues. You're not even supposed to look at the spy master, and the spy master is supposed to keep a straight face. You have to think a lot for a game that feels like a party game. It's not a great late night game when people are tired, although it might be funny if people have been drinking. Here we go. Codenames is fun and interesting. This game is in my wheelhouse. I really like word games and games that play with communication. There's a psychological game going on too because you have to figure out what the spy master is thinking. One warning though. If you're playing with 5 players and you're on the 2-player side, you'll feel like you're doing this while the other team is doing this. You're not at a disadvantage. Our 2-player team won, but it's like the teams are playing different games. I suggest a cooperative game with 5. Just a warning, I got a review copy of Codenames from Czech Games Edition. That doesn't affect my ability to give an objective review. Sure it doesn't. My integrity is worth more than a board game, thank you. If you'd like to check out other people's reviews of Codenames and find a few extra thoughts, come visit Table by Teresa. You can also find my other reviews and thoughts about the world of tabletop games. And here's all the stuff you don't really need to know. Thanks for watching.